Hey guys, welcome to Lena Love Tarot. This is Lena. This video is for Aquarius in regards to their love for the month of team. Welcome back to returning subscribers and welcome to new viewers. If you are a new viewer, be sure to subscribe. The goal for this series is to reach subscribers. Once I reach subscribers, I will be giving free readings away to the people who have subscribed to my channel. So be sure to subscribe. Now, if you are new and you are returning, in the description box below, you will see pricings and readings. You will also see contact email address, and you will also see Instagram and Facebook links. So be sure to follow me and be sure to add me on Facebook. Now, for those of you who are requesting spiritual work candles, candles pricing is in the description box below. If you're looking for spiritual work, you can email me. Now, special for this month, all readings via video will be $. All readings via phone, which is the main one that I do majority of the time, which will be $5 for minutes. And then readings, one question via video will be $5 for 15 minutes. Also, guys, if you're interested in the readings via video, just email me and say special. You will see other videos for the month in the description box below as well. So if you have any concerns or you want to contact me, you can contact me. Email address will be in the description box below. So first and foremost, guys, I want to just let you guys know this is an intuitive tarot reading. If this does not resonate, please watch your moon and or rising sign. This is for entertainment purposes only. If I happen to say anything that you get offended or I offend you in any way, that is not my intention. I'm just here to tell you solely of what I see and make sure I get all the messages across from you. So what I want to start with is Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. I too am an Aquarius, and it's really crazy because I like to watch a lot of the YouTubers who do tarot as well, depending on who they are. So I have favorites, obviously, everybody does. And it's kind of crazy because I feel like everybody has their own message and everybody interprets things differently. So, for those of you who are wondering, the cards are already shuffled and the cards that are laid out in front of me are the spread. The reason why I do that is because I like to save camera time. But, anywho, it just amazes me how we all pick up different things. I want to start by saying Aquarius. As soon as I shuffle this deck, and I laid the cards out. It's funny because I know that the cards are laid out in reverse. I normally don't do reverse, but I feel like it's not so much the tarot deck that I want to go with. It's more of what I feel and what I see. And as I was shuffling the cards and I laid the deck out, I strongly felt like what I feel here is that, yeah, maybe you are waiting for somebody. Maybe you're waiting for this person, a particular person, to return or make a reappearance in your life. But as crazy as it seems, I feel like by the time that this person makes that appearance, by the time they decide to get off their ass or put their pride aside, because I feel like a lot of you guys are dealing with somebody who's very prideful, especially when I see the Empress. The Emperor, like reverse, I mean, people interpret it totally different, but this reverse is telling me that this person is so freaking stubborn. If you're waiting on this person to contact you, I feel like if it came up upright, I normally don't read them reverse, but upright, I feel like there's hope. And when it's reversed, I feel like they're so stubborn that it's like you're waiting for them to just call you or text you or message you. And it's like, I feel like with it reversed, it's like saying to me, like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because they're very prideful. It's not going to happen because I feel like they feel like if you wanted them in your life, you would have already have contacted them, or you would have already have spoke to them. You would have broke the ice. You would have at least tried to reach out to them. And with it being upside down, I feel like maybe they might feel the same way you feel. Like, if you're wondering, like, hey, do they want to speak to me? Yes, they do want to speak to you. But are they going to contact you? I don't feel like they will. Only reason why I don't feel like that is because I feel like they're waiting for you to do it. As crazy as it seems, it's like somebody told me that the other day, like, hey, Lena, if you want to encounter, communication with this particular person, you're going to have to reach out to them. And it's funny because I was thinking about it earlier and I was just like, reaching out to the person, reaching out to a person who cut ties with me, that's kind of crazy. Like, why would I go out on my way to contact somebody who made it pretty clear that they don't want to speak to me? So That being said, on the end, I wouldn't contact that person because they made it clear. Like, you chose your path, you chose your bed, you need to lay in it now. And that's how I see things. And it's crazy because maybe that's pride talking, or maybe it's just that I'm very stubborn. But in this sense, in my case, I feel like if you chose your path to not speak to me, reality of it is I'm not going to go out of my way to speak to you. So if you don't reach out to me, I won't speak to you. So I feel like this is this kind of circumstances that a lot of you Aquarians are in. I feel like if you're waiting for this person to contact you, they're not going to contact you. I feel like it has to do with the stubbornness. I also feel like both parties can be stubborn. If you are dealing with somebody who is the same sign as you, they're not going to contact you. Reason why I say this is because they're so stubborn, and maybe I feel like what's happening here is if you were involved with somebody who hurt you, it's like even though they hurt you, they're still not going to contact you. I feel like I said before, I feel like as if maybe they've hurt you, but they're still sitting back saying like, I'm not going to go contact him or her because if I do, what if they don't feel the same? If they felt something for me, they would have already told me. Like, I feel like they have that impression. Like, as if you were going to, if you had any type of attachment to this person or any type of feeling to this person, I feel as if they feel like you would have told them already. And since you haven't reached out, they're kind of like, well, she doesn't feel anything, or he or she doesn't feel anything for me. And I feel like it's not the case. I feel like both parties in this story are sitting there, like, wanting to reconnect, wanting to interact with one another, but both parties are waiting for each other to make the first move. So, as someone told me the other day, depending on your situation, because we all have different situations, if it has to do with this person breaking your heart, or due to a third party interference, meaning that you could have been in a relationship with this person and they broke your heart, and it's like, you're not trying to be negative, but you feel like, why should I have to reach out? I feel like even if it's that situation where they hurt your feelings, if you are waiting, or you're encountering, or you're hoping that that person from the past will return or contact you, I don't feel like they will because they feel the same way you feel. Like, why should I contact them? And you know what's funny? Because I feel like the Aquarians who are actually Aquarius, I feel like you're watching this video and you're saying to yourself, like, I'm not going to contact them, because they did such and such to me. And if you're not an Aquarian and you're watching this because you're dealing with an Aquarius, you need to see your point of view too. If you don't want to contact the Aquarian, don't think that the Aquarian's going to contact you. I feel like both parties want to speak to each other, but one of the, on the Aquarian side, it's like, why should I contact them? I'm not going to. If they want to speak to me, they'll speak to me. And if they don't, they don't. And the other person that you're dealing with, and if you're an Aquarius, you want to know if you want to, reconcile or speak to this person. I feel like what it's saying is that they're not going to contact you because they feel like if you had some type of feeling, you would have already have told them, like, hey, you know what? You did what you did, but, I'm willing to give it another try. And since you haven't, I feel like both parties are just sitting there, like looking at the phone, like, when are they going to message me? When are they going to send me a message? Like, hoping that the phone isn't turned off, or the phone isn't on vibrate, or the phone isn't, the volume is up, just so that if and when you ever decide to, they won't miss it. Now, I still feel like the person that a lot of you guys that are dealing with, a lot of you Aquarians, this person is very stubborn. And that other person, it's not going to happen until they're ready to let it happen. Not only that, but looking at these cards reversed, it's like a totally different meaning. And as I see this story, it's different. So rest assured, Aquarians, because I feel like now is the time to rest. Now is the time to release whatever negative energy you have. If you can see these cards right here that I have laid out here, you probably can't see them all because I just laid them out. These are cards that came out of the deck. And it makes quite a bit of sense just because of the situation and what I see and stuff like that. So, Queen of Swords, okay? I feel like there's two scenarios here. There's one scenario where if you're waiting for somebody to contact you, this person is taking forever. They're going to take a while. You're going to wait if you haven't already. If you've just broken up with the person, you are going to wait a tremendous amount of time. And if you already broken up with the person and you're still like, why haven't they returned? You're gonna wait a while. And when I say a while, I hate to say it, but I want to say like a few years. That's what you're gonna wait. The way that they're moving, it's like, it's crazy. Now, here's a scenario here too. By the time this person, this Pentacle, this Knight of Pentacle, by the time this Knight of Pentacle wakes up, I feel like by the time they do that, you are going to be involved with somebody else. And by the time they decide to wake up, I feel like your back is going to be turned. Meaning that you've already been through the war. You've been through a lot. You're not going... You waited, and they never came around. And finally, you're going to turn your back and you're going to say, this part of feeling stuck, suffocated, not understanding, this Three of Swords that hurt you, this disappointment, you're no longer going to feel that. You are going to release that. Okay? Now, these two cards next to it, I don't see them as much as, as much as saying that they're not going to go in your favor. If I turn these two around, this makes sense to what I'm trying to explain. The Justice card is telling me that you will get justice. You will be able to get your last laugh. You will be able to have your last word. So that releasing yourself from feeling like you're stuck, you're stagnant. This right here, when I see this, I feel like you're not seeing things clearly. And as it's upside down, reversed, I feel like things are going to be a lot more clear now. This hurt, this disappointment because of the third party interference, that's going to slowly disappear. I feel like what this month is telling me as well is there's going to be a lot of you who are going to realize that this hurt here that you've been holding on to, you've been stopping your own self from progressing. You've been stopping your own self from finding what you're looking for. I feel like since there's a lot of swords, and this is a sword reading, this is an air sign, I feel like this has got to do with your subconscious mind. You've been stopping yourself because of this heartbreak. And I feel like this month, it's like, things are going to make a lot more sense. If you're wondering, if you are this Queen of Swords and you've been through so much, and this is all you've known, the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords, you will get your justice. Your justice will come. Your last word will come. You will get your chance to say what you want to say. So maybe this person here that you guys are waiting for, maybe this person is dull. Maybe this person is taking forever or has taken forever. And you're really like, you know what? This isn't worth it. I've waited for such a long time and nothing has happened. Well, let me tell you something. The moment that you free yourself from that stagnation, from that feeling unhappy, from that disappointment and heartache, carrying that on your shoulder, you will never move forward. You will never grow. And the thing about this is grow. Growing is the most important thing. Okay? Now, you will get your last laugh. You will be able to tell that person how you feel, because I feel it in me. I feel like maybe they aren't going to take a long time, but that conversation, that clarification, that moment of letting things put to rest, I feel like that will come. You will get it someday. If it isn't now, maybe sometime in October, maybe sometime in the winter time. You have family and friends who will be there to help you and to support you. Now, getting into this deck, okay, I feel like a lot of the Aquarians, there's half of you who might have disappointment, who were disappointed in love, okay? Disappointed in love and really focus on the fact that things didn't work out the way they wanted them to. As you can see, he's looking at the spilled glasses, and at the top he has 2 glasses still full. And when I always see this, I always say this is like, yeah, maybe it didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out, That's something you have to learn how to accept. But there is still 2 cups behind. So when I see this, I feel like this is telling me like, yeah, things didn't go out. You had no control over what things are supposed to happen. And even though they happened, what it's telling me here is there is a message out of that situation. As I see it reversed, I feel like I told you before, releasing that disappointment, owning your mistakes, and forgiving yourself for making that mistake. Maybe you made mistakes prior in the past in a relationship and you have regrets about, like, if I could go back, I could do it. I would do it over again. That's not the point. The point is that you've noticed your mistakes and you've grown from them. That is the main, idea of this reading. Um, with the Four of Cups, this is choices. This is options. There's two things when I pick up this card. When I pick up this card, I feel like there's a lot of you Aquarians who have a lot of options. There is one in particular, possibly can be a fire sign. I feel like since it's next to this card, I feel like there's so many options. And this person here, who is a fire sign, is an option to you. And it's kind of crazy because it's saying that, yeah, they put this offer on the table of love, but you're still sitting there looking at everything else in front of you. Like, you're blind. Maybe you don't want to give that person a chance because you do have a lot of regrets and disappointment. You're very apprehensive. You don't want to get into another relationship that you had prior in the past. So that leaves you kind of apprehensive. Okay? Now, since the thing is upside down, I feel like when this slow person that's coming, when it does make their appearance, I feel like what it's telling me here is that it will make it, their appearance will come, but it's going to come unexpectedly. It's going to arrive when there are other offers on the table. So it's going to leave you at ease, but you have the sun in your favor. So when this person you've dealt with prior in the past does make a reappearance, because they're moving awfully slow, you will have to make a choice. Now, I also feel like you will be seeing this ex-person in a celebration. It could be a celebration, a wedding, marriage. You will see this person at some point at an event. Things will work out successfully, so if you're worried about that, you will be fine. Don't worry. I also want to tell you there is some type of restriction with this person. So this person is from the past, or this person that you're wondering if they want to speak to you, why they haven't called you. You guys are not speaking, so there is restrictions there, and I feel like it's like both parties are just burning to speak to each other, burning to clarify whatever it is needs to be clarification. When this person does return, I suggest you let them say what they want, what they need to say. Don't cut them off. Let them say what they have to say to get it off their chest. And then you say what it is that you need to say to get it off your chest, okay? Rest assured, everything will work within your favor. You have the Wheel of the Fortune. That will work within your favor. There's a lot of options for this month of July. For those of you who are single, there is a lot of options, a lot of suggestions. Don't be disappointed if things don't work out for the month of July, because things happen when they're supposed to happen, okay? Guys, if this resonated at some point, please comment below. Please like, please subscribe, guys. Let me know. I think I'm going to start doing readings where you can actually see me, my face, so you can see who I am as a person. But please like, please subscribe, please comment below, guys. Bye. I'll be back with you guys next month on this.